Hey guys, Tony here, and I'm back to do another recent vinyl editions video. I said I was gonna wait and do one more before the end of the year, but I decided, now after Black Friday, I kind of have enough to do one, and I figure I'll just do one more. Um, but yeah, Black Friday wasn't too crazy about it this year, like most people have been saying. Um, I don't know the releases I wasn't too crazy about. And like other people have been saying too, those 3 or 4 7-inch box sets. I'm not the biggest 7-inch guy. I mean, for certain things, I like having 7 inches. Um, but the price of those things for what it is, I just can't justify it for me personally. Especially when there's so many other regular LPs that I would still want to buy. Um, I suppose if money wasn't an issue ever, I mean, just had money to burn, I'd probably pick them up. There were a couple things that look cool. I mean, let's face it, I'm a collector, and um, But yeah, there were just so many other things I want, and I just couldn't justify it. But again, it's not record store day. It's Black Friday, record store day. So, you know, when record store day comes, hopefully, the selection. And I know it'll be better, but hopefully they'll have some more interesting titles. I should say. I mean, look, I love the Beatles. I love the Doors. I love Pink Floyd. Um, but that kind of stuff. There were other things too, but I did go out on Black Friday, of course, and I got up early. Um, in retrospect, I really didn't need to, seeing as I didn't buy any Black Friday things, and I got up early. I mean, the store I went to, Red Scroll Records, um, the store I go to most often, they opened at 6 o'clock, and I think I just kind of went just to be part of it. I really could have picked up what I did later on in the day, but and I figured if there was something I really wanted, I probably would have decided then. And um, the stuff that was still there that people didn't already pick up and grab, um, I wasn't interested in anyway. So I really wasn't planning on buying any record store day things. But anyway, enough of that. Yeah, so I did pick up a number of things. 25% off, which was cool. So there are a couple of records I've been meaning to buy, but just kind of went for something else. And I think because of the 25% off, I just said that it's a good time to finally get. But yeah, a number of other people have shown this. I'll start with this. I haven't listened to the whole thing completely yet, but what I did hear is just amazing. Sugaros, and this is their new live set, 3 LP set. A number of people have shown this. I know Derek showed it. Just amazing stuff, really. Um, I think the word most associated with this band is probably ethereal, and that's the perfect word for it. Mostly, I mean, I guess you'd call it post rock. Yeah, I mean, but beautiful stuff, really. Um, and it is on a. It comes with a DVD. I thought I pulled all that out. Came with a DVD of the live performance. I didn't watch that yet, and it is on this really cool clear vinyl. So, really happy to get that, and for a really good price. And a band I've been meaning to check out for a while. Anybody knows some other albums by them um, to check out? Let me know. I know a lot of you guys are big fans of this band, so still very, very cool. Really glad to get it. Uh, I guess you call this a number of kind of classic albums, if you will, that I picked up in this pile too. So, um, Big Black, songs about fucking, uh, classic punk rock album. Big Black, of course, Steve Albini. This is their second, I believe, their last album, at least their last full length album. They only put out Atomizer, this, and a few EPs. Lungs, I know was one of them. But yeah, this is fantastic though. Very, very, I guess kind of abrasive. I guess is a good word. I mean, but fantastic stuff. They do a cover of the model, which I believe it's a Kraftwerk song, and that is awesome. But yeah, very cool reissue on Touch and Go, and these reissues are really nicely priced. So very happy to get it finally. This one too, a band I'm not really familiar with, but a number of people have talked about them, and I think again Derek mentions this band, and been meaning to really check them out for a while. Classic band, I guess you could say. Throbbing Gristle with 20 jazz funk greats. I think is their third album. I guess these guys are pretty much pioneers in industrial music, and I really liked. I listened to the album once, and again, was never really familiar with them. There were a lot of things about it I liked right away. Some things I'm kind of on the fence about. I don't know. But very, very cool stuff. Especially What a Day. Great song. I really enjoyed that. Some things about it were kind of disturbing in a way. I don't know. Maybe just I didn't know how to feel about certain things, but definitely going to listen to it more. And this is the album I hear about by them most, So I figured I'd start with this one, reissued. I think they've all been just reissued, so very, very cool. Gonna listen to it more. So here's one that a number of people have been showing lately, a reissue. Lou Barlow's band, Sabado. Awesome 90s. Lou Barlow, of course, was in Dinosaur Jr. I believe he either left or was kicked out of the band. This was his side project, though, and fantastic stuff, really. I mean, just typical, but 90s indie rock, but this is a fantastic record. I believe a lot of this stuff is kind of more minimalist, but this album's probably, I don't know, maybe more radio friendly, if you will. Released in 1990, let's say 98. I'm not sure of that, but fantastic. So really happy to get it. And at the record store, you spend over $20, you get to pick out a free Christmas album, and I did. I was this close to picking up the Chipmunks Christmas record, classic. But I grabbed this just for the hell of it. The Christmas rock album. So you have Billy Squier, Queen, the Kinks doing Father Christmas, Dave Edmunds, Elvin Bishop, the Beach Boys with Merry Christmas Baby, Step Into Christmas by Elton John. I don't know if I know that one. Christmas Is the Time to Say I Love You by Billy Squier. Christmas Rapping by Waitress. I don't know if I know that either. And All I Want for Christmas Is You by Foghat. I don't know if I've ever heard that either. But yeah. Why not? 'Tis the season, right? Alright. I've been absolutely falling in love with Sun Ra. I haven't really checked out a lot. I mean, the guy has a huge catalog. And before recently, excuse me, it's really late, but until recently, I only heard a few things by him, and didn't really have an opinion either way. I mean, I thought it was kind of weird, but it's not really. Some stuff is pretty weird, I guess you could say, more experimental. But for the most part, from what I've heard, of course, it's really interesting, and I checked out the tune Angels and Demons at Play, and it just blew me away. It really did, and so I checked out a lot of other things by him, and I picked up 2 records. It's really hard to know where to start with him because of his catalog. It's so extensive. He's got, I mean, I don't know how many albums, but he has a lot. And but I picked up 2. One specifically, the other one I kind of picked up randomly. Happy with both of them. First I picked up Angels and Demons at Play. Recorded throughout from 1955, 56, and 57. The recordings are they're not the greatest quality recordings. They're kind of murky, but not overly so. I don't know if it's like that with a lot of his stuff from the 50s. Teddy Vinyliciousness, he did a video on Sun Ra. I think he kind of explained that a little bit. It's been a while since I've seen that, but I think he kind of explained what went on with his recordings early on. but this is fantastic. If you like jazz, and you don't know Sun Ra for some reason or never checked them out, or even just mildly curious about jazz, awesome stuff. Really, it's amazing that the stuff he was doing. I mean, I could imagine this sounding really far out there for its time. To me, it doesn't sound that far out there, but to think of what he was doing then, and it's just fantastic. And I will definitely be checking out and buying more stuff by Sun Ra. Fantastic. And this one here, again, picked up randomly. I listened to only one side of it earlier today, but still fantastic. The Night of the Purple Moon, Sun Ra and his Intergalactic Infinity Orchestra. And very, very cool stuff. Trying to see. On Saturn Research, I think was his label. Trying to see the year. I'll have to check that out, but awesome stuff. Really happy to start getting into him more and really trying to understand more of what he's about. And we'll definitely be getting more. So, one more jazz album here. Ornette Coleman. I believe this is the album that came out right after The Shape of Jazz to Come. Again, another reissue, Atlantic Records reissue. I listened to this earlier this evening, and excellent stuff. Again, really, really cool. It's, it's getting more, of course, free jazz, sort of leaning towards the avant-garde, but it's not that out there, but still, it's fantastic, and really happy to get it. So, very cool. Alright, now I have to give a huge thank you to Mike, Bostonianreggie. Unexpectedly, I came home the other day and there was a record waiting for me. I didn't know what it was, and then I saw the name, the return address, and I was like, oh, no kidding, So the last time we went out record shopping, there was a record that I was this close to buying, and it's up by him, Feeding Tube Records. And I was this close to buying it, but I bought, they were both $10, but I chose Sonic Youth album over them, and over that. And I said to him too, like, I might have you grab that for me, and I'll PayPal you the money. You send it to me, because I wanted it, and he picked it up for me and sent it to me, and I'm so happy. So thanks, Mike. Really, I so appreciate this. Bo Hanson, Lord of the Rings, and this is fantastic. This is better than I thought it would be. Really, it's hard. I mean, it's very, I guess, progressive, but it's electronic and acoustic, and it's just a fantastic record. Really happy to get it. And he picked up it. Here's the Feeding Tube Records, and it is on the Famous Charisma label. I believe it is a large Hatter. I don't know if there are other pressings of this, but very, very cool. So happy to get it. So thank you so much, Mike. And one more thing too. Mike and I were kind of talking about Thurston Moore, and he picked up his album. I don't know if it's his first solo album, Psychic Hearts. I don't know if it's his first one or not, but I picked up Demolished Thoughts when it came out, and I love that album. And he said definitely pick up Psychic Hearts, so I did, and fantastic. Of course, I think Sonic Youth because it's him, and yeah, I mean, but it's a fantastic record. I have to listen to it more. 2 LP set, and it comes with a I guess it's some bonus tracks on side 4, but very, very cool stuff. Happy to get. I'll be definitely listening to this more. So an important album for me from the 90s, and I finally picked it up. Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger, classic 90s, I guess you call it grunge, Seattle. But yeah, excellent album. Of course, it has Rusty Cage, which the writing lyrically on this I love, but the music, of course, obviously. Outshined. Those are probably the 2 songs that everybody would know. But Jesus Christ Pose, Mind Riot, With My Good Eye Closed, Holy Water, but the whole album, awesome. Haven't opened this yet, but I know this album very well. So another classic here, Sonic Youth Sister. Oh, finally picked it up, and awesome, of course. I mean, this is the album just before Daydream Nation, and it's a classic, and you know, it's definitely a Sonic Youth fan's favorite album for the most part, or one of them, and it's fantastic. They still weren't um, so accessible. There's still more experimentation noise going on that came later, but fantastic stuff. A Big Star 1000, obscure classic, David Byrne's Catherine Wheel, music from the play, the Broadway production. Awesome. I gotta listen to it more. I did listen to it once, and still, it's just awesome. David Byrne, of course. So very happy to get that. It is a promotional copy. It's just a sticker on there. It says promotional, but very, very cool. Just a couple $1 pickup. Here's one I've seen a number of people show. I believe Derek Vaughn was showed this. I don't know how the hell to say this name. Takasaki. I don't know. I don't want to even try. I'm too tired. Catchwave. And this is like really, really cool stuff. It's like drone, but psychedelic too. And it's just very textured, and it's a fantastic Japanese. It's probably in the Jap Rock sampler. I don't know, but fantastic stuff. Really, really, it's like drone Indian influenced, and it's just him. It's like a picture of him performing. Brilliant. I love it, and I'm so happy to get it on Phoenix Records. A limited pressing of 1,000, and I got number 97 of 1,000, and very, very cool stuff. So I'm happy to get that. Classic album here again, The Fall. This Nation's Saving Grace. Awesome again. This band can play. That rhythm section, there's something about it. It's just, it's tight. It's just awesome. Reissue. This is on their label. I mean, what is this on? Jesus. Beggar's Banquet. I think. Yeah. Awesome. Excuse me. I'm really. It's about 2 a.m. right now, so bear with me. Another 90s album. Still new to me, but it's awesome. Magnetic Fields, and this is Holiday. And electronic pop, noise, rock sort of album. I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with this band. Love it. It's fantastic, and really happy to get this reissue on Merge Records. Really, really cool stuff. Moving on, I bought the Mark Hollis reissue. Again, beautiful. This is on Bada Bing, originally released in 1998. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with it. Mark Hollis, of course, from Talk Talk. Awesome. Just a beautiful, beautiful record. And it is very, very quiet. But still, it's fantastic. So happy to get that. And what the hell is that thing on the cover? Huh. Awesome record, though. Here's an album, man. I've been playing this album to death. I'm in love with it. It's been mentioned a number of times lately in the community. This band, Portishead, Dummy, which I believe is their first record, and this is just a fantastic record. Portishead is a band that, when I first started checking out, I was like, I don't know if this is my thing, but you keep listening to it, and there was just something there. You keep listening to it, and it just kind of really, first it kind of grows on you, and then it just opens up, and it's just brilliant. Like anything, you get to know it, and you know what it's about more. And awesome stuff, really. Wandering Star, Roads, Glory Box, fantastic record. So glad to finally get it. I think pretty sure they only have the 3 albums, so I got all 3 now. Very happy. And finally, krautrock record that I believe is essential. I've been listening to this for a number of times. I have to thank Andy, 24dB, who a while ago, I think over the summer, he sent me a whole bunch of CDs of different krautrock albums, and this was one of them. So I've been listening to this album for a little while now, and man, if you like Faust, this is a must-have. 71 minutes of Faust. This is like a compilation of albums. One album I believe was never released. One was released, but awesome. This is a limited pressing of 1,000. Sticker says "Saved from Under the Swimming Pool," a classic. But the thing about Faust I really like is that they take a lot of risks. They do a lot of, there's a lot of ideas, and sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But it's always interesting, and when it does work, it's fantastic. But yeah, this is fantastic, really. If you like Faust, I truly believe this is one of their best and essentials. So, very, very love that album cover too. So, very, very happy to get this. So there you go, guys. This sort of disjointed sort of video, I guess. A little bit rambling, of course. Leave me comments, and hope everybody's well, and we'll talk to you later.